How's it going, citizens of the Reject Nation? John here for another movie reaction to a film I am very excited to check out. Obviously missed it back when it first came out. People have been recommending it to me ever since, and that is 2005's Sky High, starring Kurt Russell and Michael Angarano, who went to my high school, but I barely ever saw for obvious reasons. Yeah, guys, if you could go ahead and leave a like on this video, that would be very much appreciated. Also, leave a comment below. Let me know what other movies you would like to see me check out that maybe I haven't already seen, and go ahead also and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date with everything we got going on here at the channel. And if you'd like to sync up with me and get the full Sky High experience, come on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/realrejects. You will sync up with your own copy, but if you want to see all the stuff that doesn't make it to the reaction, that's the place to do that. And we got reaction highlights and watch-alongs for various other shows and films as well. It's a great time. Really appreciate all our super sexy rejects over there. You can also support the channel by checking out our merch store at shopzeroedition.com. Grab yourself a t-shirt, hat, or a hoodie. Very much appreciated to everyone who's rocking the Real Reject swag. And last but certainly not least, thank you to the folks over at Prepper for editing down these highlights. It is a big old task, and we very much appreciate them for helping us out with that. And yeah, without further ado, let's get super. Let's Sky High. Yeah!
In a world full of superheroes, there are two that stand above the rest. The Commander and Jetstream.
Okay. Commander and
They live
Jetstream.
at Steve and Josie Stronghold, the top real estate agents in the metropolis of Maxville.
Nice.
Me, I have my own names for them. Mom and Dad.
Yeah, okay.
I just have one small problem.
It's okay. There are other things to be super at. You don't have to be super strong necessarily. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nah, you can't lie. You can't pull a fast one on your dad. You can't pull a fast one on the Commander.
It's nice to know that whatever happens to me, you'll still be around to save the world.
Looking forward to it.
We all are.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hey.
Oh, nice. Oh, damn. What the?
I see. Thank you, Mayor. There's trouble downtown. Big trouble.
Big trouble in Little China. Ooh. That's a lovely power.
Left! Left!
Oh, man.
Circle back around!
I'm on it.
Release!
Launch!
I like their teamwork. Oh, dang. You know, for when this was made, that doesn't look too bad.
What's your name, freshman?
Will Stronghold.
The son of the Commander and Jetstream?
Oh, my.
You're third generation, man. Magenta, get up.
Why?
So he can sit with his girlfriend.
Layla? No, she's just my friend.
For now.
Morning! That's everyone.
Whoa. I do love how gleeful this movie is in its application of comic book aesthetics. Like, I feel like we're a bit too cool for this now, but I'm loving this so far. I'll do a flyby with Miss Frizzle at some point.
There she is!
Sky High. It's literal.
You ever running late, or you running early, or you just want to talk? Give me a call.
Thanks, Ron.
I'm gonna find me one of those on eBay. Oh my! Okay. I mean, they had that coming. Whoa!
I hate that cheer. Speed round him up, okay?
Whoa! Oh, this is so fun. Oh!
Attention, please. We'd be happy to collect that $15 new student fee.
Okay, guys. Very funny. I'll take over from here.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Ramona Flowers.
Good morning. I am Principal Powers.
Lynda Carter.
You will go through power placement and your own heroic journey will begin.
The hero track, the loser track.
There's a loser track?
I believe the preferred term is hero support.
Oh, wow.
Show me your power. And yes, you will do so in front of the entire class. I will then determine where you will be assigned. Hero or sidekick.
Ooh. Oh, dang. All right.
I'm glowing.
I don't think so.
Maybe we could turn off these lights. You could cup your hands around your eyes. Are you sure you know what
Oh, no. I promise I will not call that character Aaron Carter this whole time, but he just looks so much like Aaron Carter.
Right away, sir.
Whoa.
That's pretty impressive. For a popsicle, sidekick,
Ouch.
hero.
That was my man spider just then.
Oh,
Hero.
And a handsome one at that. Get out of here, knucklehead. A guinea pig?
Yep.
Not even a swarm of guinea pigs?
No.
Animorph.
I think the whole hero-sidekick dichotomy only serves to...
Let me get this straight. Are you refusing to show me your powers?
It's more complicated than that. I mean...
Sidekick!
Ouch.
Dude. What? It's War and Peace.
Oh, I've heard about him. His mom's a hero and his dad's a supervillain.
Oh.
So where do I come in?
Your dad busted his dad. Quadruple life sentence.
No chance of parole until after his third life.
Wow. Nah. Can't be enemies forever.
What do you mean you don't know what your power is?
Oh, no.
Got it. You're messing with the coach. Just like your old man. Garp.
Whoa.
I don't have super strength.
You're a flyer, just like your ma. Why don't you say so?
Oh. You knew this was coming, Pete.
There are cases, rare, where the child of two superpowered parents never acquires any powers.
Oh.
Like who?
Well, I know of only one. Ron Wilson, bus driver.
Ron Wilson.
Dad, we need to talk.
You mean little hero-to-hero talk?
Oh, God.
You must never, ever bring anyone into the secret sanctum. That's why it's called the secret.
Especially not Gwen Grayson. Don't bring her.
You got a pool table?
How about the pinball machine?
I want a pinball machine and a pool table. This is the best. Gadgetry, whatnot. This is the greatest.
And is this,
Royal Pains pacifier.
What?
I wish you could have seen us. We were
fantastic?
Royal Pain got his, and I got the pacifier.
It's amazing. What'd you do?
No idea.
Oh, you got the right one. You got it.
You're right. He took it home. Hey, he's got the ego the size of a giant robot.
There's a little Men in Black in here, too.
Everybody expects greatness from me.
Well, you are great. When life gives you lemons.
Make apple juice?
Can't make lemons. I don't know what it is.
Huh. You will make lemons.
My name is
Ooh.
All-American Boy.
All right.
I was paired with the commander.
I didn't know you worked for the commander.
I worked with the commander. Steve's son?
Yeah.
And he never mentioned me to you.
I don't think so.
Ouch.
Incoming!
What? Crisis situation. What is it?
He does glow.
Hey.
Told you.
Cool. Oh, damn. Huh.
Little misfire in the mad science lab. No need to panic. Unless you're a single-cell organism.
Oh. Salt lamps? They're like the Infinity Stones. You got the quick change? Classic Disney underwear joke.
What's your name? What's your power?
I'm Ethan, and I built.
Okay.
Zach, I glow.
I see.
I see.
Is that one kid really, glow?
Sometimes. Actually, they're all sidekicks.
Oh.
Good for you, son. Your stature, hanging out with a bunch of sidekicks as a freshman? I didn't have the guts. And I can only imagine what your grandfather would have said if I'd have brought some of them home.
Oh, my.
Dad, I'm a sidekick, okay? I washed out of power placement.
Oh.
It's not Coach Boomer. It's me, okay? I don't have any powers.
Oh.
The fact of the matter is, I'm proud to be a sidekick. I'm proud to be hero support.
Oh. Took guts, man. Took courage.
When I was his age, I could put a trunk on my shoulders.
So many great little gags.
Why? You think I didn't want to see my son fly?
Or have super strength.
Or fly?
Or fly?
But we can't change who he is. Not without dropping him in a vat of toxic waste.
That's it.
But we will be the Stronghold 3, the greatest family the world has ever known.
You're right.
Man.
You're right, and he can always go into real estate.
That's right. He can make quite a living. He can be your support, you know?
Whoa!
Whoa! Ouch. Oh, let's do this.
All right, let's not do this.
You think you can do whatever you want just because your name's Stronghold?
I'm sorry that my dad put your dad in jail, but...
Whoa. Whoa. I'm Ghost Rider. Whoa. Nice. Whoa.
Leave them alone!
Hey! The power kicks in.
We're strong? He's super strong.
Ooh. Ow! Whoa. He is super strong. Jeez. Whoa. Nice. Whoa. Uh-oh. It's time for the lasso of truth.
The detention room neutralizes all superpowers. Sit.
Damn.
Whatever happened with our dads, it has nothing to do with us.
If you ever cross me again, I'll roast you alive.
Whoa.
So, Will, anything interesting happen at school today? You nearly destroyed the cafeteria.
Yeah, but Mom, I got my powers.
And do you know how to use them wisely?
Sanctum.
Oh.
William Theodore Stronghold.
He's Bill and Ted.
Come here.
Ah!
My boy has super strength. How can I be mad? Ow! Sorry. Ah! You are strong.
I could do with a back crack.
I took away your Xbox.
But I don't have an Xbox.
Are you sure?
Oh my god.
Open it up. Open it up. Here.
No. Evil.
We've waited this long. When the time is right, we'll have our revenge.
Well, time would move a lot faster if we had an Xbox.
Oh.
Would you gather your gear and come up here, please? I've got your new class schedule.
Oh, you're going through the hero class now.
Hero class.
What about them?
We'll still see you on the bus.
Yeah, we'll hang at lunch.
Right after you finish dunking Ethan's head in the toilet.
Oh.
Unfortunately, all the lab partners are taken. I suppose I could pair you with my teaching assistant.
Oh, goodness.
Come on.
Hey, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Dreadful technique. You've confused rays with beams.
Oh, totally different things.
That would only mean having to see you in summer school. And what have we here?
Well, I don't know. I didn't do it.
You're far too modest, Mr. Stronghold.
Dang.
I can control technology with my mind. You know, I can totally help you out with all this science stuff.
I'm good at chemistry as well.
Will, sitting with Gwen Grayson?
Man, name's Hyde. Gotta give him that.
Sorry, awful.
Aww.
Maybe tonight we can go to the Paper Lantern?
But you hate Chinese food.
You don't?
Paper Lantern, 8 o'clock.
Will!
Oh.
If Will beat you and save the citizen, you lay off of sidekicks for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and if he loses, you can dunk Ethan's head in the toilet every day till graduation.
Yeah!
Oh, no, Ethan. No.
Remember when we used to use real citizens?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course you did.
Stronghold. You're the hero.
Hey, get your head in the game.
Yeah, Midoriya. Listen to Bakugo.
Set.
This reminds me of like Rollerball a little bit. It's the aesthetics of this bit. Oh.
Well, now, peace.
Whoa. Oh. I love that there's a payphone. It's just a couple little things, a mailbox. Dang. Wowie. Oh.
No, wait, Save the citizens!
Remember what this is really about. Suffocation. Save your friend to be. Whoa. Oh my. Dang. Nice.
Gwen here is a technopath, and she's offered to help Will with his science homework. And she's a senior.
No. She could get into the sanctum or destroy the eye. I don't know. Oh, no. That's right. Damn. Oh.
Dad went inactive a few years ago.
Let's Mom do all the work now, huh?
Actually, Mom passed away when I was a baby.
Oh, jeez.
I was wondering if you two would consider attending the homecoming dance. We were hoping that you'd be the guest of honor and receive the award for Heroes of the Year.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I feel like something's up.
Still working on that?
Oh.
We go to school together.
You're Stronghold's friend.
Yeah.
For how much longer?
Remember her? Huh? She was a weird one.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sue Tenney. Disappeared right before graduation.
Yeah.
That's her mom.
Well, Will could not figure out why mine was growing so quickly. It was driving him crazy. So finally, I took mercy on him and I told him about my powers. We've been best friends ever since.
And falling for him, was that before or after the Lima Veins?
Oh.
I'm not in love with Will's.
Yes, you are.
He likes somebody else, and she's perfect.
To let true love remain unspoken is the quickest route to a heavy heart.
Damn. Hashtag deep.
And your lucky numbers are 4, 16, 5, and 49.
Smooth.
I'm so glad they're coming to homecoming. Now, if I could only find someone to go with.
No, I don't trust her.
I'm just waiting for the right guy. You.
Me?
Oh, hi, Daddy.
Jim Rush. Whoa! Oh, you got both sets of powers. And interestingly timed the way they both emerge.
There's only one thing we're missing.
King Kamehameha surfboard.
Or this joystick!
Oh, right.
Yes.
The pacifier. Hey, smooth move on the joystick.
Oh, I totally spaced. I'm sorry. I know you must want to kill me.
Actually, just the opposite. I have something to tell you.
Oh.
It's about homecoming.
Really? Me too.
I'm going with Gwen Grayson. Can you believe it?
Oh, man. I feel so bad for her. She's... The way she plays that, like... Sweet.
Yeah, who asked you?
Oh, who asked me? War and Peace.
How could you go with him? When did you even start hanging out?
Last night, 8 o'clock, the paper lantern.
So, you're not doing this just because you like me or anything. You're doing this to get in the stronghold.
Yeah.
And I'm in.
Ugh.
But I'm not ready to tux.
Interesting.
2 days to your mad science midterm, and I am not gonna rest until you can build a ray gun blindfolded.
Oh my god, I think that's... This is my college library. And Michael Angarano went to my high school, but I never saw him because he was probably shooting this.
Do you think the committee could stop by?
My parents are on a distress call and they won't be home till late, and I'm really not supposed to have anyone here.
Hey, it's cool. I was just hoping we could spend a little more time together.
No. No.
If it's only a few people.
Super.
Golly.
Gwen! You said this was supposed to be homecoming committee.
This is the homecoming committee. Okay, so a few extra people showed up.
It's the entire homecoming.
My friends.
What about them? They're all here. Oh. You mean...
Your nerd friends.
No, I think they'd be okay.
Trust me. They'd be miserable.
Oh.
I wish there was somewhere we could go to be alone.
No. No. Don't do it.
This is incredible.
Yep, well, when you spend your whole life kicking butt and taking names, I guess you make a lot of memories.
Maybe we should make a few of our own.
Oh boy. Yep. God.
Where's Will? Honestly? Avoiding you.
Ouch.
Will knows you have a crush on him.
He does?
Will's just too nice a guy to tell you he's not interested. Not that you can take a hint. He's going to homecoming with me. He threw a party and didn't invite you. You're just embarrassing him. You're just embarrassing yourself.
Okay, I understand.
Oh, it's a true evil plan.
When you see Will again, can you tell him that I never want to talk to him again?
I'll give him the message.
Ugh.
Layla!
Have fun with Gwen. You two deserve each other.
What did you say to Layla?
Nothing. I mean, I just told her the truth.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere with you, not now, or not to homecoming. Might as well just find yourself a new date, Gwen.
Wow.
Whoa. Let's get something straight, okay? You do not dump me. Not the night before the dance.
Sorry, Gwen. I, just did.
Wow.
Party's over! Don't stop on our account.
I've got half a mind not to let him go to homecoming.
It's fine, I'm not going anyway.
Whoa. Your mom said she had half a mind.
Did something happen, Will?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we're gonna talk about it because we promised Gwen we'd go to the dance.
Oh no.
Layla, just pick up. Okay, in case you didn't get my earlier messages about the paper lantern, and
Dude.
You don't have to worry about me ruining your night.
And why is that?
Because I'm not going.
Well, that sucks. Because we're only going together to make you jealous.
Aww.
Dude, you're so stupid. She's totally into you.
Let's have a bro talk.
Wouldn't be surprised if Layla or any of the other guys ever want to talk to me again.
Yeah. You must have been a real jerk.
Come on, you two. Do the the bro shake where you do the whole forearm. Come on. Do the I hate you, but damn it, I respect you handshake.
Hey, you want to dance? No. Me neither.
That was funny.
The bubbles are just ginger ale.
Don't touch those. Oh, come on.
The guys in this school are jerks.
Thanks a lot.
He got the suit.
I'm gonna rent a tux.
It's my dad's. He doesn't have much use for it in solitary.
Put this away from me? I caught your father trying to sneak it out under his cape. He's convinced that everyone at homecoming wants to reminisce with him.
Will do.
Love ya.
Have fun.
I like how the commander's like Jack Burton and Steve is like what's his name, Henry Swanson. He looks just like Henry Swanson, or whatever the dweeb character he plays in Big Trouble is.
Henry Swanson's my name, and excitement's my game.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it.
No.
I knew it. The pacifier. It's great lighting cue too for that. Run! I love that came back. That's awesome.
Special tribute to the most powerful super being ever to walk the halls of Sky High. Me!
Yes, you knew this was coming, Pete. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Woo! Dang, this is deleting.
Do you honestly think you can kill me with that little toy gun of yours?
My dear Commander, who said anything about killing you?
Uh-oh. Gotta watch what you say. Whoa! I knew it had to be something baby-related. Yes, he's a... Damn it. Oh, diabolical. No! Baby mama. Hey, damn. Now you've saved each of their lives.
What'd I miss?
No! Oh, he didn't have a giant baby brain. Damn it. The ones who can copy themselves, I feel like, are often nefarious.
Now,
Wrong.
if I'm not back in 30 minutes.
Coming after you. Got it.
I was gonna say go get help.
Go get help. Got it. Now get in there.
Coming after you.
What's up, kid?
He's gonna do like a Joker bus heist.
The rest of us are only sidekicks.
Just because you have powers, that doesn't make you a hero. Sometimes it just makes you a jerk. Makes me a jerk. I guess what I'm trying to say is...
We get it. You've been a jerk.
Layla, in case my homecoming date ends up killing me tonight, I just want you to know.
Aww.
You guys are a part of this too. Why am I not surprised?
Go take care of Gwen. We'll handle these clowns.
Yeah, buddy. That's awesome.
Now you just calm down. Let's go back to one.
It's a very great, like, comic booky kind of plan to turning everyone into babies.
Aren't you gonna fight back?
I don't believe in using my powers for violence.
I don't believe you even have any power.
Come on, Miyagi-Do this. Self-defense.
No way.
Hey, got the
That's
swirly.
for you.
Oh! Ugh. Oh, that's a little disturbing. Whoa! baby gondola ride.
A time before anyone knew what a technopath was, a brilliant but misunderstood girl named Sue Tenney was written off as a science geek and stuck in sidekick class. She hatched a plan to start her very own supervillain academy.
Ooh.
When the pacifier exploded, I wasn't destroyed. I was merely turned into a baby.
That's cool.
Raised me as his daughter.
Daddy's little girl.
Told you never to call me that!
Is that also Jim Rash in there? It's like his alien form.
Royal Pain wasn't my mother. Royal Pain is me!
Yes. Ooh, yeah. Dang. Now it's Man of Steel. Come on. Yeah. Get a team sidekick. Oh, way to go. Right into the flying relief sculpture mural thing. Whoa. The balloons popping, that's fun. Some pretty punchy action scenes in this movie. Disney be throwing down.
Big mistake.
Oh, let's go, Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy with a little bit of Storm vibe. Uh-oh.
Don't leave us here to die. Royal Pain sabotaged the anti-gravity device. The whole school's gonna fall out of the sky. We only have 10 minutes.
I mean, you should have thought of that.
Gravity room. But didn't Royal Pain seal off every route?
Hey, what about this conduit?
Yeah, right. You'd have to be like a rat to fit in there.
It is your time, Purple Girl.
Okay, go about 10 feet. Yeah, there should be an opening on your right.
Gotcha.
Find the access
Find the
panel.
access panel.
What?
Leads to the generator.
Least right to the generator.
I'm on it.
Ooh, buddy. Dang, nice. Whoa, into the disco ball. Oh. Whoa, ow. It's okay. Use that flight. Yes.
Surprised? So am I.
You can fly? Classic. Whoa.
There's only one person authorized to transport superheroes, and that's Ron Wilson, bus driver.
Ron Wilson, bus driver. My man. No. No.
The school is falling!
Oh my God. I can almost feel the G-force. Come on, buddy.
To the wire! To the wire!
Come on.
All unpacked, and the movers didn't break a thing.
Oh.
Told you we didn't need that extra insurance.
No, I know.
SpongeBob, what are you doing here?
Hold me! Hold me!
No. Save Tom Kenny and his lady friend, who's probably also some kind of voice actor.
Oh, that could have been messy.
Yeah, buddy. Well done.
Give me a couple of hours till we can figure the pacifier. Mr. Peace, would you please carry me to the mad science lab?
Sure.
And Mr. Peace,
Yeah.
regrettably, I have made Boom Boom.
Ugh. Of course you have.
But you defeated her. You saved Sky High. And everyone in her.
I didn't do it by myself.
Steve? Josie?
Hey.
This doesn't belong to us.
It's a machine.
Belongs to them.
Heroes. Whatever you're teaching them, keep teaching them it.
Aww. Buddy. Hey! That's a nice little tie around.
Do you want to dance?
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Classic prom song. I'll stop the world and melt with you. This should be, that's sweet. This should be, what's his name? Ethan's theme song.
But they are getting to spend a lot of quality time together. Oh yeah, and Ron Wilson's bus driver fell into a vat of toxic waste.
Hey!
He now works for the mayor defending the city from giant robots.
Go, Ron Wilson.
My girlfriend became my arch enemy became my best friend, and my best friend became my girlfriend.
Nice.
That's high school.
Happily ever after. Aw, that was really nice. That was really fun. And sweet. Will Strongholds. Good name. Now I wonder if the block of CG animators is as big as films are now. Oh, Patrick Warburton was the voice of Royal Pain. Interesting. Great cast on this, too. Ah, my friends, this was such a fun experience. Thank you again for joining. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you for being here, because this was really fun and really charming, and I'm glad we got to share, like, even though I'm here alone, you know, through the transitory process of this experience, I'm glad we got to share it, because it is that kind of movie, and it is a fascinating one, at least here in the Afterglow, to look at and think about in terms of what, like 17 years ago when it came out versus here in 2022, the way this genre has grown and changed and has, you know, taken the ball, you know, from movies like this and other adaptations at the time of direct source material and just sort of extrapolated on and evolved upon that. And yeah, it's like this movie in a lot of ways feels a bit ahead of its time, all things considered, because, I mean, finding out at the beginning or realizing, you know, explicitly at the beginning that this was a Disney production, it did sort of, it clues you into how and why some of the tone and the humor is the way it is, but at the same time, this felt like the best of both worlds between some kind of Disney Channel original movie and something they would put more faith in and put in the in a theater, you know, for their, like, you know, flagship theatrical slate or whatever, because, you know, it's like there are aspects of it that are very colorful and that do feel like sets, but also like they're really fun and imaginative and colorful, and the CG effects that they do incorporate, while you can tell that they're there, and while they haven't aged like immaculately, like they're pretty good for what this is, and the blend of all those elements, all of those physical and special effects, you know, brings this together in a very charming and in a very sort of comic book-esque kind of way, and you do have, you know, the framing devices at the beginning and the end where they do the sort of comic book panels and everything like that, and they sort of jump you in through that, you know, scope, through that, you know, through the scope of that medium. And I think it does really nicely to tread that line, because in a lot of ways this is shot, like I love when that scene early on in the movie where, you know, Steve and Josie are at the table with Will and they get the call on the red phone, and then all of a sudden it's like Dutch angles and all crazy shots. And yeah, like this had a sense of cheekiness from behind the camera that I think at some point during the reaction I said, you know, like, I feel like we're getting too cool for this kind of thing. And I'm not, I don't disagree with my past self when I said that, because, oh, that sounds so pretentious. Yeah, I feel like we have gotten a bit too cool for some of the aspects that I think are so great about this movie that I maybe wish could come back in a certain way, shape, or form. I mean, you know, I guess you could argue that what Sony does with their movies has a certain amount of innate cheekiness about it, or an innate sense of fun, maybe. But that's not even the same as what I'm getting at here. Like, this is, I think it's the perfect flavor, and it's, the perfect thing to sort of reach across. I feel like young people can watch this. Anybody who's an adult comic book nerd can easily watch this. And two, I mean, it has a pretty classic story, so anybody who's probably a fan of The Breakfast Club or something like that can also get into this. And it manages to be such that, if you're watching it at my age, you're not like, like, what is this, kid stuff? Like, it is in ways, but I think it's handled in such a way that is just a bit more nuanced than I would have expected. I mean, like I said, part of it is classic, but I like that sort of the core struggle is, you've got this kid who, is sort of trying to live up to his parents' expectations and to their legacy, and he's, trying to find where he fits, and, you're going to high school for the first time. Like, that's a super relatable thing. You're feeling alienated, and you're, quickly falling into the sort of reject bin for, just various reasons beyond your control. And having that play into a sort of internal struggle later on, I thought was a really nice thing, because obviously the popularity and the attention that Will Stronghold receives, it's like it changes over time, because, it starts out with him finding his people among, the sidekicks and the support teams, and, the people who have, like, oddball, not quite obviously superheroic powers. And then, as he gets more and more attention from Gwen, who hats off, like, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is, like, on another level in this movie of, like, magical, intoxicating, just loveliness for so much of it. To the point, like, I love that is kind of what makes it seem so suspicious. She's so perfect, and she comes with this music all the time. And, you start to see through her behavior that, at least at minimum, she's kind of a petty, popular girl, but at most, maybe she is much more. And I thought, even though it's not, like, wildly unpredictable, I thought the way they laced in the clues with her, and just the way that they used the tapestry of high school scenarios to illustrate her intents and the intents of everyone around. You have, I think, a really fun story in that, where, he does let it go to his head, and he does get his powers, so then he does. It's like, what happens when a guy who, hasn't been handed all that he thinks, and the world seems to think he should have been handed, how does that guy cope with that? And then what happens when all of a sudden you get everything you always wanted and thought you couldn't have? And, I mean, I thought Michael Angarano at the center of this did a nice job of playing that balance. And especially too, I mean, I think Disney movies, maybe less so now than before, but there is a certain kind of acting style that comes with these things, but I thought he towed the line nicely, where he was charming, but still appropriate for, again, like, I mean this in the least negative way possible. Like, aspects of this do feel like it could have been a Disney Channel original series or something like that, if you divided this up and maybe made certain scenarios a full episode or whatever, this could be, a series in some of the way it's presented. But him and the entire ensemble of sidekicks and oddball characters, like, even though there is some of that quintessential Disney humor, I thought they were all pretty charming as this sort of, ragtag bunch of misfits, and the way in which all their powers come together at the end to save the day. Even though it's something you can certainly see coming, it still comes across, like, it's still executed well enough that you are, thrilled for them, and you do feel that catharsis for them by the end. Like, it is still triumphant, most triumphant. And I feel like that's, like, you can do a bunch of classic things that we can all see coming, and I think just the main factor in distinguishing between, whether that's rote and lazy versus whether it's fun and clever is just, how well the execution goes across. And I feel like across this, all the actors showed up. And two, I mean, it's been fun to just note, like, how much both just acting in general cred, some of this, like, this is a huge cast, and it's only gotten bigger as time has gone on, it would seem, because you have all these heavies like Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston, who I thought were really great together as Steve and Josie, and seeing them in both of those modes, like, obviously, especially with Kurt Russell, they're playing off of his persona and certain of his character. They make a Big Trouble reference. There's a lot of Jack Burton in there. But they are so there are obviously big name draws for the adults, as are people like Lynda Carter and Cloris Leachman, who are both great in their roles. Bruce Campbell, Dave Foley, and Kevin McDonald. Like, you got the, Bruce Campbell just has genre cred in general, and Dave Foley and Kevin McDonald, obviously, Kids in the Hall and various other things. So, like, yeah, it's got like a really great cast of adult characters to, help sell the movie, but also, to see the cred and just how much this young cast has grown. I mean, Michael Angarano's certainly done a lot of things. Danielle Panabaker certainly went on to do a bunch, and I mean, she was in The Flash, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead has been Huntress and has been in a bunch of other like sci-fi and genre movies and stuff like that. And friggin' Zach, it's not a superhero thing, but he's on Succession now. Like, a lot of these people have gone on, to either at least be working, that guys, or, people who have, pretty big careers now. So it's always a fun time capsule to see that. And this movie gave me that kind of thrill, but also just the thrill of the time capsule of what it is in general. It's being a superhero movie, a superhero pastiche, a superhero tribute, a comic book movie, very much so. And it's like watching this now, there's certain stuff that, it's like if you didn't know when this came from, you would be like, okay, this is borrowing from a whole bunch of things, namely My Hero Academia. Because, there's definitely stuff in here that felt like My Hero Academia. I don't know exactly when that manga started, but I feel like it may have been after this. And
certainly the X-Men, anytime you have superhero youngsters in an academic environment, X-Men is going to be an influence.
I mean, this would have come out at a time where you had a few superhero adaptations, sure, few comic book movies, sure, but certainly not as many as we have now. And so here you have, a lot of powers that feel like X-Men powers and things like that. Obviously, the Commander and Jetstream feel like Superman and Wonder Woman. Like there are a lot of obvious nods, which, again, I don't begrudge the movie at all. And I feel like back at the time this came out, probably would have played as a lot more just fresh, because now we're so used to seeing that, and now we're in a time where like superhero projects have to distinguish each other because of the amount of overlap that inevitably happens when you just have these galleries of heroes and villains with different quirky powers. But yeah, seeing the way it has aged into and sort of foreshadowed a lot of the genre to come was a really fun thing. And yeah, like looking at stuff like My Hero Academia and looking at even, like the current slate of Marvel movies and stuff like that. Not that those things are exactly like this, but, like you can see where certain DNA elements go and come from, and where this may have at least tread some ground before, the wave we currently associate the genre with most specifically. But yeah, like this had a sense of fun and abandon that I think we could do with a little more of nowadays. And I mean, like the director of this movie has done a lot of animated films, and I can absolutely see that as well. And I think that's maybe part of why some of the effects look as good as they do, given, I can't imagine they had all of the resources in the world at the time, and also too, it was 2005, different set of tools at your disposal. But yeah, this definitely has the energy and the sort of spirit of an animated movie. And I feel like a lot of, at least some of our superhero movies now could use a little bit of that spirit again, because even though it is cheeky and tongue-in-cheek, and even though there is a certain maybe element of camp that comes along with it. And I mean, I feel like, if you got oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes, if you have Bruce Campbell somewhere in your movie, there's probably some kind of camp element at its core. And I feel like superhero movies could do with taking some of that, taking like a note from something like this and bringing a little bit of that back, because it makes the behind the camera presence feel just as alive as the on-screen presences, and those things kind of lock together in a way that is sort of magical and fun. And yeah, like this definitely has also too some Harry Potter, sort of similarities and all that. But I like the way the story played out. Again, I liked having this kid's journey through high school feeling like he's not living up to his potential and to what he's, the role he's supposed to fill in the world. He's not going to be able to complete his parents' trio, the perfect super family. Like, it's a lot to put on somebody. And then, yeah, watching as he slowly accepts his station, or at least what he perceives to be his station. And it's like certain aspects like that didn't play out the way I expected it to, with a certain It's like it's a decently healthy family. For as much as Kurt Russell's character, for as much as Steve Stronghold is in denial about, the circumstances for his son, you watch him struggle with it, but you ultimately see that he is a dad who loves his kid and wants him to, who wants him to thrive and flourish, even if he does have to get used to the idea that it's not exactly how he would have imagined that happening. But then seeing the reversal come around, like as he does get the powers, and then he's like super jacked up and excited. I almost would have loved to have seen like a bit more of that from Kelly Preston, just because he gets her powers as well. So ultimately it winds up the best of both worlds. But then it's like having the powers. I like that balance. Is at first he doesn't have the powers, but he makes who will become his real and true friends, and opening inadvertently a door to making some kind of peace with War and Peace, which War and Peace is a great superhero character, comic book name, and a great obvious but fun and punny signifier for who this character is in general and what his backstory is. And again, like there are a lot of really great comic book style backstories throughout this. Like again, someone who clearly loved and grew up on comics, conceived of, and people who love comics clearly were working on and making this, because there's just so much. It's like they threw everything and the kitchen sink in there in terms of tropes and archetypes and nods to characters and powers and things like that. Like you can really tell that they wanted to get the spirit of a superhero comic book story right, but they also wanted to tell sort of an endearing actual family story. And I like how crisp those things tie together. It's like, you have the powers go to his head, he alienates himself from his friends, he has these abilities and he has the things he thinks he wanted, but really those are sort of dragging him down and not making him happy, and it's making him sort of neglect what's important in his life. And then on top of that, you have the side door of the actual conspiracy where Gwen is trying to infiltrate the Stronghold house to get the pacifier back so that she can reclaim her mantle as the Royal Pain. And I loved that whole thing with the Royal Pain. Like I thought the drop in the yearbook was good, because you're like, okay, clearly something's up with her, and clearly you gotta, this has to have something to do with you, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. But the whole thing about them vanquishing the Royal Pain and the gun exploding and reverting her back to a baby, and she gets this whole second chance and becomes the villain again. I thought that was a really fun and interesting and creative story. I'm sure a comic book has done it somewhere, but having them like all transformed into babies, I thought was like a really sort of kooky and again very like this embraced the sides of comics that are cool and the sides of comics that are dorky and wild and creative, but also kind of silly, but in a way that's endearing and it's like anything's possible. The imagination in a superhero story can go just about anywhere. So having it all sort of go down at the school, like I really like that segue of she wants to have the party at the house, and that creates a scenario in which they need to get some alone time. It alienates him from his friends, and then he'll take her down into the sanctum. She can swipe the gun, and then at the prom where they'll have everyone together that they need, then they can exact their master plan. And like I thought that the way it spun both of those plates of just this story of a kid trying to find his way and stay true to himself in high school, and then also this big superhero supervillain plot was really nicely handled. And then too, just introducing all the lore of Sky High itself as this actual gravity defying high school, and like all the stuff you learn about that is part of the climax directly. They have to save the school. That seems like something that is both nefarious for the personal lives of our characters, but also poses a big threat to just the regular citizens down below. And even though you don't spend a lot of time amongst the regular citizens, like having him stop the school from falling on the house, with Tom Kenny, SpongeBob himself, among others. Like I thought they nicely realized this world in a way that felt like, there are just a lot of heroes everywhere, but also, like there are regular people too, and regular struggles aside from, you know, the cool, fantastical superhero struggles. And so, yeah, I thought this was just like really tight and fun and imaginative. And again, all the cast showed up. I mean, you know, you can tell Mary Elizabeth Winstead is like going to go on and be a friggin' star and a half. But everyone, I thought, did a nice job to some degree. I mean, Danielle Panabaker, I thought, was really endearing as Layla. And I mean, her power, I mean, you know, her attitude is less of the, you know, gung-ho superhero type. But I love, too, what they did with her character, kind of poking at the paradigm. I feel like that's sort of ahead of its time as well, you know, for especially where the conversation has gone in the current day. You know, I feel like the way she wants to break away from the hero sidekick paradigm and just the way that affects people, like why should, you know, like you can see how it got that way. You can see how, like, okay, yeah, certain powers lend themselves for taking a lead and certain powers lend themselves to support. And also heroes will always need gear and gadget. Like you get how the hero sidekick and support paradigm breaks down. But at the same time, I liked that it seemed like a genuine part of who that character is, especially as this person with an earth-based power, this sort of, you know, healing and growth-based power until she's, you know, sad at the paper lantern and withers those flowers. But yeah, like I liked the way that ultimately the movie kind of honors that too. And yeah, it sort of just, I don't know, it presents sort of a more equitable way forward for the character. It's not like the point. It's not like this is a big message movie about, you know, it's just intersectional equity among superpowered beings. But yeah, I thought they committed to that in a way that felt like it was authentic to that character, but also like the movie wasn't just paying lip service to that process, you know, and to the fact that when you're especially in these positions as a young person and you're being sorted and put on these tracks, it's like, yeah, life isn't as crisp as that, and you're not always sure of where you belong, or you don't always have all you need at the same time as everyone else. And so, yeah, like as fun and imaginative as it is, like with Coach Boomer doing, you know, picking people out in the gym and giving them these different obstacles, you know, it's again, a perfectly relatable scenario for anyone who's been to gym class, but also, you know, like a perfectly whimsical scenario for what's going on. But at the same time, you know, I feel like there is some lasting impact from experiences like that can be reductive and that can, you know, cause people angst and difficulty. And so, yeah, having a character who's apt to kind of break those barriers down and having it be then that these sidekicks and these characters with these seemingly useless or hard to apply powers are the ones to save the day. Like, it's what it's gonna be, but at the same time, I thought the movie bolstered that outcome in a lot of different ways. Like, it sets up, yeah, each imaginative little power, but it also sets it up thematically. And two, I mean, everything with War and Peace, like, I liked the way that went down, and the way that, I mean, the interesting sort of effect of having it be that his walls start being broken down by Layla, who is Will's best friend, who's, yeah, obviously in love with him, and who Will doesn't, you know, quite notice that way, but through his her eyes, you know, he can see what might be all right about this guy. And then you have the combined, you know, sort of greater threat at hand. But yeah, having, you know, the rivalry between those two characters and the misunderstandings that leads to among the adults, and this rivalry that's passed down that he didn't even have a say in. I like that. And two, I mean, I liked Stephen Straight's performance as War and Peace. I mean, it does feel very much sort of akin to, like, you know, your Casey Jones or you know, one of those, you know, like, I'm wrong side of the tracks, and I'm you know, I'm a loner, and I'm a bit of a, you know, I'm a bit emo, a bit goth, you know, I'm an outsider. Don't look me the wrong way. You know, I liked the way he played it, and I liked, you know, the earnestness. Again, it's like it's got the right amount of height for what this is, but also the right amount of earnestness to, you know, make it kind of a fun, triumphant moment. Most triumphant, again, when, yeah, you do have them finally kind of ally themselves at the end. And of course, you know, it's like, and then, yeah, I hold out like Midoriya and Bakugo, like, of course they're going to get paired up for the save the civilian thing, and they're, you know, probably going to prevail. But like, even that, like, I thought was really, really well well done. And just, yeah, like the way this movie handled both, it just seemed like everything it was trying to do, it cared equally about doing well and keeping within the spirit and fun of the story. So yeah, like this was really fun, but also I thought really clever and really nicely pitched and oriented. And yeah, great cast across the board. Like I said, Cloris Leachman, great little appearance as the nurse. Bruce Campbell, loved him as Coach Boomer, very much a Bruce Campbell character. Lynda Carter as Principal Powers, I thought was nice in her presence, her commanding role there. I always love a Dave Foley appearance, and two, I mean he's so great at playing just a complete sad sack, and I felt so bad for him throughout the movie, for as willing and you could tell, like, back in the day, he might have been that peppy, like, that's right, Commander, let's get him. And yeah, I love that, fill in the blank. Holy blank man. But yeah, just like, and two, Kevin Heffernan, Ron the bus driver, Ron Wilson, bus driver. Like, that's another one of those, like, quirky comedy characters that could easily fall flat. But again, his just plucky, undying enthusiasm was a nice thing, and also another sort of quintessentially comic book flavor in my eyes. And Kevin McDonald, as well as almost your Professor Snape, your sort of requisite mad scientist, Mr. Medulla. Just like so many fun and clever names and little ideas, and again, powers, and yeah, all sorts of stuff that is clearly derived from and paying tribute to comic books and superhero characters of all stripes, but also, yeah, packaging it up in its own sort of special world. And I think especially in a pre-My Hero Academia world, that would have probably felt a little more unique than it does, again, if you don't have that context in mind for 2022. But yeah, I feel like it's the best of a lot of those worlds. And yeah, while it's not necessarily like the most significant reinvention of the wheel, I feel like for its time, this is probably a good example of like a superhero movie done well. And even though it's not a direct adaptation, it feels like it is. It feels authentically like what it's trying to be. And the way that it orchestrates its most imaginative and action-packed scenes with those different effects, with the practical and physical effects and the CG effects and all that stuff. Like, I love when they vanquish the robot and then they bring his giant eye home. Like, there is just as much whimsy and sort of fun and camp as there is teenage angst and all those other things, and a few notes of like, yeah, why should it be so narrow and binary, this way that we handle powers and using them for the good of the people. I just thought this was really fun and clever and imaginative, and yeah, always down for some Kurt Russell action, especially in a role like this. Him and Kelly Preston, I thought, were great together. I'm glad they finally got their family trio. And yeah, like, really clever with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And I thought, she played both of those roles, both before and after the heel turn back to us, really well. And again, just such a lovely surprise, and such a nice thing to get to share. So thank you guys if you joined me for joining me, and yeah, leave me some comments and let me know what else you'd like me to check out, and I will catch you for whatever comes next. Yeah, much love for now, and as always, cheers.